Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on our channel or our website. Reach out to me directly. It's in the description below, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Here's a great way to get into a great brand and a great model line without spending a great big pile of cash. This is the Breitling Superocean 42 in stainless steel. The quintessential dive watch. It has everything you could want. It's a wearable size. For a Breitling sports watch, 42 is downright petite. From lug to lug, 49.4 millimeters, 15.4 millimeters thick with a spacing between the lugs of 20 millimeters. My 16 centimeter circumference wrist loves it. It's comfortable, it's compact, it's not tiny, but it's also not ungainly huge. And with this combination of silver, black, and blue accents, it really could serve as a formal companion if you wanted to dress up. The timepiece, as you can see from overhead, gives me plenty of clearance at the edge of my wrist. It's also not too thick. It won't fit underneath a dress cuff, maybe not the tightest dress cuffs, but a jacket should be fine. And then down the barrel, you can see the strap flares out a bit, so I could probably wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14 to 15 centimeters in circumference. Taking a quick look at the strap, it's the Diving Pro 3 strap from Breitling with its somewhat Hershey bar-esque Breitling imprint, which is first raised and relieved and then embossed. It transitions from one to the other. It is also very thick, so this is not going to tear or degrade, and you know that your watch is not going to be lost by misvirtue of strap failure. Now, what I also like is that the underside has a little bit of a hollow to it, so it creates an air pocket to better vent. It is a cuttable strap, and there are pre-scored marks on both sides, so you will get the chance to cut it to length for you. There's a lot of flexibility built in on both sides, and you don't have to get it perfect because it has Breitling's premier clasp design. Not only does it look more substantial from the outside with quality twin trigger release rather than a cheap stamped clamshell, but internally there's actually a push button slider, and with that push button slider you get the ability to finally adjust in or out. You can go all the way out over a dive suit or just make a small change to adjust the fit, and that's why you don't have to get the cut of the strap perfect. You can fine-tune once you get close. The case is simple but strong. Large, voluminous lugs, nicely curved. The case band is all of high polish, and in good taste, Breitling steps the case back inboard from the case side. So the case flank being so far outboard of the case back, the watch actually looks thinner than it is when it's on your wrist. There is a helium escape valve, and as you can see, these things can be set to open automatically, meaning the appurtenance on the Omega Diver 300 meter and Planet Ocean, completely unnecessary. You can have a helium escape valve for saturation diving without a manual open-shut screw-down valve. The crown is a screw-down. The depth rating is 5,000 feet. And the bezel is of captive construction, so you can see these little screws in the side. That means the bezel is fixed to the case using screws, whereas on something like an Omega, a Tag Heuer, or a Rolex, the bezel is fixed to the case with a snap action, meaning you can accidentally snap those bezels off. You can't accidentally snap this bezel off. 120 click, though this is a daytime swimming bezel. As you can see, there is no inset luminescent pearl, but there are these handsome satin-finished metallic raised and relieved elements inside an inset rubber shroud, which I found in practice is very durable and far less likely to show degradation than an anodized aluminum insert. Now, these cases are remarkably resilient. When we water test these in watchmaking, we have to use an incompressible case setting, whereas a standard dive watch will compress and decompress under pressure. These will not compress, therefore they will not decompress, and we need to use a different method for gauging their water resistance because they are so physically tough. The dial has a Rehot outboard. It's a sloped flange in blue that sits above the center dial, against which you can read seconds and minutes. We have lovely polished hands for contrast against the matte black base, and then if you look closely, you can see that the Breitling logo, the indices, as well as the numerals, are actually metal satin-finished appliques, giving this Breitling watch an upscale appearances. In this price point, you generally expect printed dial features. This looks and feels expensive. The case back, as you can see, is solid, but it betrays its contents. It is the caliber 17, meaning This 1500-meter diver is powered by essentially a chronometer-grade ETA 28242, bidirectional automatic winding, 38-hour power reserve, stop seconds or hacking, a quick set date. It beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and it pivots on 25 joules. It is tougher than its thinner 2892 counterpart from ETA, but as a chronometer, it is not just tough, it is very accurate. It is the perfect tank-tough tractor movement for a tank-tough diving watch, and at 42 millimeters, one that more wrists will be able to enjoy. Reach out to tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Breitling Superocean 42, plenty of loom by night.